If you struggle with delegation, I'm going to give you 3 easy tips to get that fixed. Being great at a role does not make you a great leader. As a leader, you're telling people to go do things and they are doing them and you're getting everyone to work, but you weren't leading by example. Good morning and welcome to this edition of the Morning Dig podcast. As you can tell, if you've watched the last few weeks, I'm batching these out here in Chicago, doing something a little different, but I'm hoping that it helps. And I'm really hoping that you guys enjoy this new framework. I'm going to try to be doing these all over the place because I get so much great information from these different summits and things that I go to, and I want to dispel it a little quicker. So let's roll into this one and talk about the art of delegation. I'm fortunate in that I've always been a great delegator. Going all the way back to, I was about 19, 20 years old, working at a shoe store, doing tons of sales. There was an assistant manager role that was up for grabs. As the lead salesperson, I was obviously offered an opportunity, and this is something I talk about a lot. Being great at a role does not make you a great leader. Because that I was the best salesperson, I was automatically offered an opportunity to interview, and they kind of watched me work in the building, and they gave us opportunities to essentially interim assistant manage when we were the senior person there on site. And the feedback that I got, it took a long time, like years, decades to really understand what they were saying. But what they told me was, you're a great delegator. You're great at getting people to do things and getting people to do other things, but you lacked action yourself. So as a leader, you're telling people to go do things and they are doing them and you're getting everyone to work, but you weren't leading by example. And that was something that I just didn't really understand how powerful delegation can be. What I've learned over time is people on both sides. There's the people that are terrible at delegating, would rather do it themselves so they have trust issues and don't think anyone else can do it as well as they can. Then there's people like me on the other side where we're great at delegating. We're great at putting people in the right seats on the bus and getting them to understand when someone else has the knowledge or the skill set to do something better than us. However, my side of the coin lacks action. We tend to suffer because we don't take action. That's a story for another day. I'm going to talk directly to you guys that struggle with delegation. Next week, I'm going to talk to you guys that are like me. If you struggle with delegation, I'm going to give you 3 easy tips to get that fixed. 1, start giving people really easy stuff. There's got to be a list of stuff you hate to do. Maybe not get queasy, but you just we'll put it off until the very last minute because it's grunt work. It's stuff that you don't like. Now take that list and write a list of your entire staff. Match up those tasks with people in your staff that maybe are looking for more work, deserve more opportunities, or have the right skill set or knowledge base or experience to do some of those roles, and let them try. Now, I'm not saying just here, go do this and don't give them any operating procedures or training. What I'm saying is train them, give them some opportunities to fail, because there's no better way to learn than when you fall and pick yourself back up. But what I'm saying is create an operating procedure. If you got to go on ChatGPT to write it, create a training procedure. Again, ChatGPT can help with that. And then train them. Now, what happens when we're done training? You let them do their job. You don't stand over their shoulder. You don't constantly harp on them. You give them a chance to do it. You check in infrequently once the training is done, but you continue to check in. Make sure they're good, they're confident, they're doing things right, they're getting things done. And then ultimately, you allow them to make mistakes. Now, I'm not talking about life-altering mistakes. I'm talking about the whoopsies that happen every day as human beings. And then you correct them and you coach them on how to do it differently, and you move on. If you're struggling with the art of delegation, then this is the number 1 thing you're going to need to do. I know I told you 3, but honestly, that is all 3 in 1. Create a list of things you want to delegate, create a list of people that could be a fit, match them up, create the procedures, train them up, let them fail. It's as simple as that. And I promise you, you'll start removing yourself from stuff you don't want to be in and have more time for the things that matter. Hope that helps. And as always, keep digging in.